Baiju Noyan. His name alone was enough to strike terror into the hearts of kings and sultans. A Mongol general of unmatched brutality, he was not merely a soldier, but an architect of devastation, a force that shaped the fate of empires from Persia to Anatolia. But who was Baiju Noyan beyond the battlefield? Was he just another warlord in the Mongol war machine? Or did his strategies reveal a deeper, more calculated vision? His story is one of ambition, betrayal, and the ever-present thirst for power that defined the Mongol Empire. To understand Baiju, we must first trace the roots of his authority. He was the successor of Hulagu Khan, one of Genghis Khan's most trusted generals, and inherited control over Mongol operations in Persia and the Middle East under the rule of Ögedei Khan. This was no ordinary appointment. He was tasked with enforcing Mongol supremacy over regions that had long been centers of Islamic power, places where the Abbasids, the Seljuks, and other Muslim dynasties had reigned for centuries. But Baiju was not content with mere governance. He was a conqueror who saw submission as the only path to peace. His most infamous campaign came in 1243 at the Battle of Köse Dağ, where he crushed the Seljuk Sultanate of Rum. The Mongols, vastly outnumbered, shattered the Seljuk army using their infamous feigned retreat tactics, luring the enemy into a false sense of victory before turning back with a devastating counterattack. The result? The once mighty Seljuk Empire was reduced to a Mongol vassal state, its sultan a mere puppet under Baiju's control. But conquest was only the first step. His real skill lay in manipulation. Unlike other Mongol commanders who razed cities to the ground, Baiju understood the power of keeping local rulers in place while ensuring their total subjugation. This was psychological warfare at its finest. He forced submission not just through swords, but through fear, ensuring that every ruler in the region knew that defiance would be met with annihilation. Yet, there was one power he could not subdue: the Abbasid Caliphate in Baghdad, the spiritual heart of Islam. While Hulagu Khan would later lead the final Mongol assault on the caliphate, it was Baiju who first laid the groundwork, pushing Mongol influence deeper into the Muslim world. But despite his victories, Baiju's fate was sealed the moment Mongol leadership changed. When Mongol Khan took power, the political landscape of the empire shifted dramatically. Suddenly, loyalty was not enough. Only absolute allegiance to the new ruler would secure one's position. Baiju, once an untouchable warlord, found himself on the wrong side of history. His execution was swift and brutal, a reminder that in the Mongol Empire, even the greatest generals were expendable. And yet, his impact remained. The fall of the Seljuks paved the way for new powers to rise, including the Ottomans, who would later reshape the Islamic world. The scars of Baiju's conquests are still visible today, woven into the histories of nations that once stood in his path. But was he a villain? Or was he simply a man shaped by an era where mercy was a weakness? The Mongols justified their brutality as a necessary evil, a force that imposed order through destruction. And perhaps this is the most unsettling question of all. Was Baiju Noyan's reign of terror a warning from history, a cycle of power that repeats itself in different forms? We often believe that the past is distant, that the conquests and betrayals of long-dead empires have no bearing on the world today. But history is not just a collection of stories. It is a mirror reflecting the present. And if Baiju's rise and fall teach us anything, it's that power is temporary, and those who wield it are often crushed beneath its weight. The Mongol Empire may have faded, but its lessons remain. If you want to uncover more untold stories of history and power, don't forget to subscribe and join us as we explore the forgotten shadows of the past.